In the ancient lands of Canaan, destiny stirred quietly beneath God's unfolding plan. This is the story of Jacob, a man shaped by struggle, promise, and divine pursuit. Jacob was the son of Isaac, grandson of Abraham, heir to a sacred covenant. Yet his life began in conflict, grasping his brother Esau's heel at birth. That struggle would follow him, marking a life refined through hardship. After deceiving Esau and taking the blessing, Jacob fled into the unknown. He journeyed east toward Haran, alone and uncertain of his future. One night beneath the open sky, Jacob rested his head on stone. In a dream, angels ascended and descended a ladder reaching heaven. God promised him land, descendants, and his unending presence. Awakening in awe, Jacob vowed faithfulness if God would guide him. With renewed hope, he continued toward his uncle Laban's home. At a well near Haran, Jacob encountered a moment that changed his life. She came with sheep, graceful and strong. Her name was Rachel. Scripture tells us she was beautiful in form and appearance. Jacob's heart recognized her before words were spoken. Learning she was Laban's daughter, emotion overwhelmed him. He rolled away the stone from the well and watered her flock. Jacob wept aloud, sensing God's hand at work. Rachel ran to her father, and Laban welcomed Jacob as family. Days became weeks as Jacob labored among the flocks. His service felt light, for love made time disappear. Jacob agreed to serve 7 years to marry Rachel. Those years passed like days because of his deep love for her, but deception waited quietly in the shadows. On the wedding night, celebration filled Laban's house. A veiled bride was given to Jacob in the darkness. Morning revealed the truth. Leah stood beside him, not Rachel. Betrayal reopened wounds Jacob knew too well. Laban claimed tradition demanded the elder marry first. To marry Rachel, Jacob served 7 more years. Love endured through patience, disappointment, and sacrifice. Rachel became Jacob's beloved wife, yet she remained childless. Leah bore sons, while Rachel carried silent grief. In desperation, Rachel cried out for children or death. Jacob reminded her that life rested in God's hands. Through rivalry and longing, God's plan moved forward. Rachel offered her servant, seeking legacy through hope. Children were born, their names echoing prayer and pain. God saw Rachel's tears and remembered her. At last, she conceived and bore a son. She named him Joseph, saying, "God has added." Joy returned, healing years of waiting. God prospered Jacob despite Laban's manipulation. The flocks multiplied through divine favor. Tension rose, and God called Jacob home. Fear returned, for Esau awaited across the land. Rachel journeyed beside Jacob, carrying faith and family. One night, Jacob wrestled until dawn with a mysterious man. He was renamed Israel, transformed through struggle. At sunrise, he moved forward, changed. Esau met him not with anger, but forgiveness. Grace rewrote their family story. On the road to Ephrath, sorrow returned. Rachel labored in childbirth, her strength fading. She named her son Benoni, son of my sorrow. Jacob renamed him Benjamin, son of my right hand. Rachel died and was buried beside the road. Jacob raised a pillar, marking love that death could not erase. Her legacy lived on through Joseph and Benjamin. Joseph would save nations. Benjamin would birth kings. Rachel's love shaped Israel's future. Generations passed, and Israel grew into a nation. Joseph rose from slavery to ruler in Egypt. Through him, God preserved Jacob's family. Benjamin grew under Jacob's careful watch. Years later, famine brought Israel to Egypt. There, Jacob saw Joseph alive again. Joy replaced decades of sorrow. Before his death, Jacob blessed his sons. Rachel's sons received honor among Israel. Centuries later, Israel cried out in slavery. God delivered them, faithful to his covenant. The prophet Jeremiah spoke of Rachel weeping for her children, yet God promised restoration beyond grief. Near Rachel's tomb in Bethlehem, a child was born. Once again, mothers wept, but this child brought salvation. Through Jesus, hope overcame sorrow. Rachel's tears became part of redemption's story. Jacob's journey revealed God's patience with imperfect people. Their story is not about perfection. It is about endurance, about love refined by faith. God remembers every tear. He redeems every surrendered life. Rachel and Jacob's legacy still speaks. Love rooted in God endures forever, and God's promises remain unbroken.